Hi everyone, so welcome back to episode 4 of Leaf Yarns podcast. My name's Ellie and I'm coming to you from Alphington in Exeter, which is in the southwest of England, and this is a knitting and sewing and spinning and hand-dyed podcast. I am the indie dye behind Leaf Yarns, and I have a shop on Etsy of the same name, Leaf Yarns. There is a Ravelry group for the podcast and the yarns, also called Leaf Yarns. You can find me on Instagram as Leaf Yarns, and there's also a Facebook podcast group, Leaf Yarns Podcast. So, on with today's show. It is Wednesday, the 7th of November. It's November, which means it's no longer Halloweeny prep and things like that. We can start prepping for Christmas. I love Christmas. It's probably my favourite holiday because it's more about love and being together as a family and showing people that you care. So, I have got some knitting projects to show you, and a sewing project and a bit of acquisitions. So, let's get on with the show. Right, knitting. I have got in this massively fluffy bag. Now this is actually a drawstring bag that we got a duvet cover set in that was made of the same stuff. So we've got a duvet, this teddy fleece, but it was like, I'll have that for a project bag. So living in here, I have got a swatch, triple check my gauge for Newbs jumper. Now, this is the second swatch. The first one's still wet. This one's the plain one, and the other one's colourwork, so I'm not showing the other one because this is for Newbs Snowflake jumper, like I said, and it's one that I'm designing. But I thought I'd show you the cast on, and this is the neck so far. So, there you go. And it's got very delicate cabling going on in amongst the ribbing, and the yarns that I'm using is Drops Baby Merino in the Unicolor or Unicolor, and it's colour 11, which is this one, and the other colour is the richer blue, and that is colour 33. Now that's what I'm going to talk about for this one because, like I said, it's design in progress, and I will show you when it's finished. The pattern is written now, and as soon as I've sped my way through this, which I can't imagine will take more than 2 weeks, it'll hopefully be going out to test knitters. I still need test knitters for 3 sizes, so if you could contact me on Ravelry or Instagram or anywhere else, email me, whatever, I really appreciate it. So, sorry, I've still got a bit of lurgy. I'm almost better, but I've still got a little bit of lurgy. The next project I have on the needles is the big red pullover, which is the test knit that I'm doing for Mina Phillip. And typically I am partway through a row and partway through a stitch. Hold on, let me just finish this stitch because otherwise I'll lose it. There we go. Right. So this is where I'm at now. So it's down to my belly button, and I have got another inch before I do the next part on the pattern. Now the green is my deep moss colourway on my merino nylon base, and the purpley brown colour, it's very much an aubergine colour, is Miss Babs yarn cosmic base and her lurch colourway. Now it's got these beautiful cables going along the raglans on the other side, and then these go down the sides as well, like so. And then they travel and they move around the body. So I'm really looking forward to getting to that bit. It's very nice. It's going to fit beautifully. I'm sorry. And yeah, I have done from here last week, so just where the pumpkin finishes, that's what I showed you last week. So I've done 6-7 inches this week. So it's not too bad, in and around, you know, my other projects and things. And the fact that I've not really been well, which meant that I didn't want to have to concentrate on anything too fiddly. So that's been okay, you know, except for the detail round. There's lots of potato chip bits in it that I can quite happily just sit there and go, okay, I've got 5 rows where I can just be, oh, sort of thing, you know. And it's lovely. It's going to be very cozy, but lightweight. So that's one of the reasons why I like finger weight jumpers. You get the warmth without the bulk. So yes. Right, I have also been working on my fairy socks a little bit this week. So I finished the first one. Ta-da! And I'm calling them my fairy socks because it's the colourway, and it's a Vine Yarns colourway on her blitzed base. It's ever so pretty. And then the second one, I am now about halfway through the foot, I'd say. And it's still got a spider web on it because I'm still a goth. Halloween may be over, but I'm not. So this one, I hope to get to the heel by next week. There's no rush on these because these are just for me. It's not like I need to finish them for Christmas. And then the yarn, I still have quite a flat cake going on, but I'm sure I've got enough to finish. And if not, then tough. You know, I'll just have one sock slightly shorter than the other one. But I'm sure I do. I'm sure I weighed it properly and, you know, whatever. I did the leg on the first lock slightly shorter than I would normally do. Just because although I know I should have enough after making a hat, because I've done it many times before where I've knit a hat and then knit socks with remnants. I can't remember if I did a crochet square out of this yet. If I do, I'm 5 grams short, but I'm sure it'll be okay. So those are plodding along nicely, and they're living in one of my favourite bags from my friend Sylvie. Hi Sylvie! So there we go. Now the other knitting project I've been working on is living in this bag, and it is the socks for my future sister-in-law. Now this is out of the Red Hat Stardust in the purple colourway, which is 1530. There we go. And they're coming along quite nicely. I have just finished turning the heel. So there we go, it's the heel and the toe. Now she has slightly bigger feet than me, so I did an extra 5 rounds to accommodate. They're not massively bigger than mine, but they are shoe size bigger than mine, and I figured 5 rounds to centimetres, that should be plenty. So yeah, I aim to get this sock finished this week. I don't have much, sorry, dry throat. I don't have much else planned knitting wise. I've got my future brother-in-law's socks behind the camera, but I've not knit on those this week. Well, I have, but I've only done about 10 rows, and I figured there's no point showing you 10 rounds. And then in my little book here, I have a list of my Christmas makes. Ooh, my Christmas makes. Now that's sewing and knitting. So the only things left I have to cast on is a shawl and Abby's hat, socks and gloves. But I've got 7 weeks, so I'm sure I can get that done. So yeah, it'll all be hunky-dory. Right, so literally on to sewing now. As you know, I had some fabric come, which is here, and it's all been washed now except for my really new piece, which arrived, ironically it arrived before this lot, but I just put it straight in the cupboard so I wasn't tempted to use it. So one of the pieces of fabric that I got was for Abby for some pyjamas. Now I know she won't see these because A, she doesn't watch the podcast, and we don't have a joint friend that does watch the podcast, and we tell her. If you do know her, please don't tell her. So I have made her some pyjamas. And it's this gorgeous mermaid fabric. I'm not going to completely open them out. Isn't that lovely? Now, Abby likes greys, and she likes mermaids and, you know, ladies on things. Vintage style, not modern style. These are very much, you know, sort of 40s, 50s glam. So I'm hoping that she's going to love these. And then I had enough fabric left over to do a, excuse me, a waistcoat as well. Now I know it's a bit weird doing pyjama bottoms with a waistcoat top, but hear me out. Abby didn't want a waistcoat top, a pyjama top. So I thought, right, something fun that she can wear. So I've started making her the waistcoat, and I bought on Etsy some sea stones that have been made into buttons to put on it. Now I got these, I think it's called Scottish Sea or something on Etsy. I'll put it in the show notes. And they're just sea pebbles, and they've made them into buttons. So I'm going to use these on the waistcoat. When the waistcoat is finished, I will of course show you on the podcast. But they are lovely, absolutely lovely, and they're nice and smooth. So I'm hoping that, you know, she'll like this as well. And then the other fabrics that came, I will get. So these have all got plans. So I managed to get 1/2 metre of the Hermione fabric for Neve, because she is a massive Hermione fan. She's now on book 4 of the Harry Potter books, and so she's seen the first 3 movies, and what I'm doing is she has to read the book before she can watch the movies, because she's only 9, so I need her to have it in her head first. But she is full blown into Hermione. She dresses Hermione for Halloween, and she's become like her role model in life, you know, because she's clever. So this is going to be a little bag for her for school, just a drawstring bag for her to put her PE kit or, you know, her lunch or whatever in that she wants. Sorry. This, I managed to get a remnant of fabric. Now it's 92 centimetres and it's a 44-inch piece. But there's enough here to make myself a top or a skirt. Oh, Marina's coming up to say hello. Hello, darling. So this is going to be a top for me. But Abby is very jealous. She's seen this fabric and she's like, I want that. I'm like, no, let me have it. But it may be some shorts. Oh, she settled on my lap, on the fabric. Are you comfy there, love? You gonna say no? You gonna say no? This is Marino. Yeah, this is actually Neve's cat. She thinks she's mine, but she's Neve's. And Phoebe's coming over. Phoebe, please don't start. This can go over there. No, Phoebe, get down. Phoebe loves the cats too much and they hate her for it. Can I just move you off the fabric, my love? There. Good girl. Right, and then this one, all my fabrics I've bought have been from Frumble, except the ones which I should say aren't from Frumble. So it's Frumble fabrics. This one is for Kira's Christmas dress, and it is going to be a spaghetti strap dress, but she's going to wear it with cardigans and things, and it's going to be a decent length. It's going to be just past her knees, so it won't be revealing at all, and it's sort of up here. So I think that's okay for a 13-year-old. And I think she's mostly just into the idea of wearing it, but that's okay. And then this fabric, oops, sorry darling, is for Neve's dress. This is a spacey fabric. Neve's really getting into space and physics and things at the moment, and she's reading a couple of astronomy books. And I said astronomy, not astrology. And so her dress is very much like the pink one that I made for my middle daughter Kira a couple of years ago. So it's got princess seams on the top, and then it's got godets in the skirt to make it more full circle skirt without actually being a full circle skirt. It'll have more volume. So this is going to be started this week once I finished Abby's waistcoat. And then the final piece of fabric that I got from Frumble is this one. Now I got this because, as you know, I'm in the process of making myself a pink dress in very similar fabric, but it's not got these gravestones and the moons and the castle. This is very much more Halloween. There's cats and all sorts in this one, but I love it. Sorry. And then on Etsy, I thought that I'd bought this fabric about 6 months ago, and I realised it'd been sat in my cart that whole time. And I was very fortunate that no one had carjacked me. So I have 4 meters of this fabric, and it's cotton and seal, and it's the Santa Fe collection. And this one is Moon Phase in Night Metallic. So I've got 4 yards, and I bought it from Bobby Lou's, which is these people on Etsy. And this is put aside for one of my Vogue dresses. The Vogue Simply Fit multi-cup size patterns. And I'm really looking forward to making this. But this is going to have to wait until, as well as the teal dress, is going to have to wait until I've finished all my Christmas sewing. Because I've still got to make some aprons and some other bits and pieces first. Phoebe, get down. Get down. Thank you. So otherwise there'll be a fight. Ow, claw. There we go. Right, so I'm not doing a shop update this week purely because there is lots and lots of stock in the shop already, and it means that I get a week to play yarny colours. So I've got some more yarns in to dye up. I have to dye up the one that was the giveaway prize for naming the movie purple yarn that I dyed up. That's now called Arsenic. And that was Liz that won that one, so well done, Liz. And so this week I'm just going to play a bit with my, my dyes and make something more festive towards Christmas, but not your typical red and green, because I'm not typical that way. But we shall see. I'm thinking something like frost inspired, but you'll have to wait and see what happens. So there are plenty of yarns in the shop at the moment. I've been adding bits over the last couple of weeks, so go and have a look. And I tend to ship in sort of a couple of days. Recently it's been more behind because I had the flu and I had this stinking cold, and I was like, no one wants this. No one. But I'm back to my normal posting schedule now, so that's fine. And come and join in conversation things on the Ravelry group. So it's only been a short episode this week. It's felt a bit rushed, but I've just not had hundreds of things to talk about. I will be putting a little video together as a separate montage because we went to fireworks night here on Sunday, so I've taken some videos from there, and I shall put a little, like a montage video on the channel as well, so you can have a look if you're interested. So yeah, that's it for today. I'm going to love you and leave you, and have a good week. Bye everyone.